What's going on, family? New day, new beginnings. Before we get started, hit that like and share button and subscribe to Truthtrtube. As you can see by the title of the video, the cost of disowning the message. You know what's so funny about that is that a lot of us say we want to hear the truth, we want to hear the criticism, but that's not really truthful or factual. You know, for example, a lot of people say Charleston White's a troll, he's this, he's that. You want to know something? He's a truth teller. He speaks the truth. He may not say it the way you want him to say it. And does he use sarcasm and jokes when he's speaking the truth? Yes. But you could tell by, his demeanor, he cares. Every word that comes out of his mouth, you know, he's being honest with you. But it's some people who, claim they don't want the honesty. And we have a long list of people who say things like that. Tariq Nasheed, he speaks the truth. He say it in a joking manner, but he's honest in the things that he say. And I think a lot of us, when it comes to people around us who are, stout in who they are, especially in their beliefs, you say you want to hear what they have to say, but in all actuality, I don't. I just want everything, said to y'all in a nice way, a nice manner. That's why I think in this day and age, we live in the PC culture where truth is looked down upon and lies are looked upon. And I think that's one of our biggest issues as a whole, especially in our community. We like to be around people who serve no purpose, people who make us feel good. You sometimes need to be around the people who make you feel bad because those are the ones who are really letting you know, the gist of what's going on, the gist of how we should develop and grow. It always amazes me, right? When you tell someone the truth and then they just stop talking to you. They just stop talking just because you were honest with them. They asked for the truth and you gave it to them. And that's why we see so many failures in our community because we be around those who don't want to see good for us, but the truth tellers want to see the good in all of us. They want to see you doing well. And that's like one of my pet peeves, when people say, oh, you don't want this, I want that. Come on, we all know that's a lie. When you get to a certain point in your life, when you really mature and you really don't have no immaturity about you no more, that's when you come into your own. That's when you see things differently and that's when you speak differently. Speaking the truth, look, we all lie. Just keep it, we all lied. But I think eventually we all grow out of those lies. We grow out of the person we were then. And the person we are now is totally different. And I think that when you start seeping maturity out of every ounce of your being, it could be physical, spiritual, mental, financial, just go down the list. That's when you start developing certain instincts. You observe different, things that you used to eat, totally different. That's because you grew into yourself. And when you start hiding your beliefs from people, I think you do them a disservice. When you start hiding the words from people, you do them a disservice. So I think that eventually, the more that you grow and the more that you speak truth to power, especially when it comes to people, like I said, stop disowning the message. The reason why a lot of people disown the message because they don't want to, they don't like the messenger. That person that you don't like is the one that really is there for you. We see it all the time. The ones that don't speak truth, like I said before, they want to see you fail. They don't want to see you do good. And I think some of us just need to grow out of that mentality and just understand the meaning of words. Understand when someone is being honest with you. It never ceases to amaze me, right? The level of dishonesty that we believe. And look, I wasn't someone who was always honest with people, and I'm being truthful. But eventually, that shit gets old. It gets boring. So at my age now, when I see younger people falling for it, and you try to tell them, hey, these are signs you need to watch out for. All the majority of truth tellers, they locked up. They'll come out and tell you the same that don't do this, don't do that. And lo and behold, the same motherfuckers who told you you didn't want to listen to and you're in the same predicament. And I think sometimes we need to evolve mentally and absorb certain wording, because we all have a tendency to, how may I say, we all have a tendency to think we're right, but majority of us, we're not. Right now, I may not be right in what I'm saying, but you have a choice. You either tune me out or you listen, point blank. And I think These are the levels that we reach once we start maturing. The words mean something, especially when it's coming from people. We have a lot of elders out here, not even elders, a lot of young adults who got that old spirit, who knows certain things because they was given game from certain people. And I think when at their young age, when they spread that game, I think people who, how you can say, denounce that game, you see their outcome 4 or 5 years from now. The things that you do now as an individual, what you listen to, will help you develop. That's just sometimes you got when you're a young lady and a young man and you got parent, uncle, grandparents who have that word, that positive word, that truthful word that could get you to that plateau, you listen to them. Because as a person, you know who's full of shit. You know who's telling you something that has a malicious message behind it. We all know. But when you have that mindset to observe and think for yourself, you move differently. You think differently. You grow differently. And for all young people who are listening to this, start early. Don't start late. Because the earlier you start, the better the person you are 4 or 5 years from now. The later you start, just reverse that. But family, leave a like, share, and subscribe to Truth TR2. Thank you very much.